Empathy is considered to be the highest human quality. The reality is that 60% of our thoughts are self-directed. Me, myself, and I. My job, my car, my this, my that. 30% of our thoughts are towards our relationships. So, what does my boss think of me? What do my employees think of me? What does my wife think of me? What does my children think of me? And only 10% of our thoughts are towards empathy. So empathy is not just about saying, oh, shame. It's about seeing things from the perspective of someone else. Putting yourself in that person's shoes and actually feeling what they are feeling. When Allah Rabbul Izzah describes the Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he says, Azizun alayhi ma'anittum, harisun alaykum bil mu'minina rauf rahim. The Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was such that your difficulty was difficult for him to bear. What the mu'mineen were experiencing, it was a burden upon the Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And at various points in the life of the Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, we see how he exhibited empathy to the highest level. There was the leader of Yathrib before it became Medina, Ubay bin Sulul, who was hoping to take up the position of the prince of the city. Then Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam came, the city was changed to Madinatul Munawwara, and he then was now deprived of the position of becoming the leader of the city. But what he did was he accepted Islam outwardly. He was a munafiq. At various junctures, he said things which are hurtful to Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He called himself the most honorable, and he referred to the Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam as the most disgraceful, and things like that. His son Abdullah was a genuine believer, and he was true in his faith. Then Ubay bin Sulul passes away, and the son comes to the Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam to give Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam the news that his father has passed away. Now, at this juncture, how could the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam respond? He could have said, you know, your father is a disbeliever, is going to rot in Jahannam. He could say, your father caused so much trouble to me that I'm glad he's now left the world. Or do you know what it is to cause trouble to a messenger? But what the Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did, he actually took off his kurta and he gave it to Abdullah, and he said, bury your father in my kurta. And the reason why was because he understood that here is a son who is mourning the death of his father. His father may not be a believer, but it is still a son who has lost his father. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam empathized with him in that particular manner. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, I come to the front, and we know how much he loved salah. وَأُرِيدُ أَنْ أُطَوِّلَ فِي صَلَاتِي. And I want to read long salah, because he said, قُرَّةُ عَيْنِي فِي salah. The coolness of my eyes is in salah. وَأَسْمَعُ بُكَاءَ الصَّبِيِّ. And then I hear by the ladies, there's a baby crying. فَأَتَجَوَّزُ فِي صَلَاتِي. So I shortened my salah because I know that the crying of the child will inconvenience the mother. The crying of the child will inconvenience the mother, so I shortened the salah. Now, talking about the shortening of the salah or lengthening of the salah, in the time of Mutawakkil, one of the Abbasid Khalifas, there was one man who came and he gave the Imam a smack. So he was brought to Mutawakkil. So Mutawakkil asked him, why did you smack the Imam? So, if you don't give me a proper excuse, I'm going to punish you and put you in jail. So he says, okay, listen to my story. I was traveling and I passed by a masjid Fajr time. So I thought, let me perform my Fajr in this masjid. So I came in the masjid and the Imam just started the salah. And he read Surah Fatiha and he read Surah Baqarah. He started off. So I thought he will read a few rukus of Surah Baqarah. And he read, and he read, and he read, and he read. And he read the entire Surah Baqarah. And then he went into ruku, and he went into sajda, and he completed the rakat. He says, while I was in ruku, I'm thinking, perhaps in the next rakat he's going to read Surah Ikhlas. But as he comes up, lo and behold, he starts Surah Al Imran. And he reads, and he reads, and he reads, right till the end of Surah Al Imran. And he completes Surah Al Imran. And then he goes into ruku, he completes the salah, he makes the salam. And it's just about before the time of sunrise. And he turns around to the gathering and he says, A'idu salatakum fa inni lam akun ala tahurin. Repeat your salah because I didn't have wudu. So the man said, I stood up and I gave him one smack. And Mutawakkil said, he deserved the smack. So when we go back to the Prophet ﷺ, how he shortened the salah for the consideration of others. And that is really the quality that we're talking about this evening, which is empathy, to see with the eyes of others, to listen with the ears of others, and to feel with the heart of others. May Allah grant us this great quality.